Welcome to Gate City Chronicles. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and I have a very special guest with me today, Eyman.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Okay.
Carol, you're with the New Hampshire or Nashua Library.
Right. Nashua Public Library.
Nashua Public Library. Yeah. So tell us your history with it. How long have you been with them?
In July, it'll be 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so my position is Outreach and Community Services Coordinator. So I'm responsible for planning adult events, adult lectures, concerts, programs, and also doing marketing and PR for the library, which people are kind of surprised that a library does that, but you have to keep the word out there that you're there and let the community know what's new at the library.
Now, I asked you earlier that if you're a librarian yourself, but,
right.
but
No,
you're not.
I'm not. My background's more in marketing and writing. So I'm not. I didn't go to library school, but well, our reference librarians, like they do. Yeah.
Now, the library's had some changes. I know that we've gone there a few times, maybe about 5-6 months ago, or maybe earlier, but they were renovating. Was there some type of major renovation that was going on at the time?
Let's see. Well, it may have been when we had new carpeting put in last summer.
Oh, okay.
We had changed the carpet that was there for 40 years, ever since the building was built. And so in the upstairs adult area, we got new carpeting.
Right,
Yeah.
40 years. I remember when that building
was built.
Yeah, that ages me. Oh my gosh. But so you have, I have a series of questions for you. But when you market, who do you reach out to people like the Rotary Club or who do you market to?
Well, we do what people think of as marketing through, the media, things like this show or the newspaper. And we do social media, Facebook and Twitter. But we go to events, we go to the Rotary maybe and give a talk about what's going on at the library. So I'll go out to like the Hunt community or the Huntington, and they often want to know what's new at the library. And then our children's and our teen librarians are always going out to the schools, and they'll also go out to daycare centers and preschools, do a story hour, or our teen librarian will go out and educate the kids on how to use our online databases and that kind of thing.
Right.
And yep, many of us are on various committees, like the Ethnic Awareness Committee, or I'm on the Mayor's Volunteer Recognition Committee. So we get ourselves out there to to network and let people know we're here.
You mentioned that there was something at Revere College at one point?
Yeah, it's called RISE, which is the Revere Institute for Senior Education, and it's like lifelong learning for people over 55 who just want to go and take some courses. Most of them are retired. So we work with them a lot. We do joint programs with them, or sometimes they'll have their classes in the library. Right now they have an exercise class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the library that anybody is welcome to come to.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had a couple of questions here about the summer reading program.
We're getting ready to start those in June. This year we have 3 summer reading programs, one for kids, one for teens, and one for adults. We've had the kids and teens ones for a long time, and what it is, if you're a kid, you come in and you register and you get something like this, which is a reading log. The summer reading programs all have a theme about nighttime, so the kids' theme is Dream Big, Read, and so that's why
I'm sure there's no age limit with that.
This generally, when we say kids, we're talking about going up to like 5th grade, so and elementary school age. And they can come in each week and get a little incentive prize for reading, and then we have programs every week that they can come to. So,
do you usually have a good turnout for these type of programs, or is this the first time?
Oh yeah, the kids ones we get great turnout. The first thing, there's a concert by Steve Blunt, who's a children's singer, in the children's room. That'll fill up the children's room.
I think I've heard that name before. I think he's been at Broad Street, or he's probably been to all the elementary schools. He's been to a lot
of places. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard his name. And then we'll have crafts and things. They do require registration because they fill up and the rooms can only handle so many people. So,
is there a limit? I mean, do you come early, hurry up, and get in?
Often, we'll give out tickets starting a couple of weeks beforehand, or for some of them, there's online registration. You go on our web calendar and you fill out a form and
So you,
sign your
you
kids
coordinate
up.
this with all the schools and the school districts?
Yep, we give out flyers we try to give it out to all the first graders, hoping that it gets to,
Yeah.
most of the homes. And we go out, our librarians will go out to either events or to the schools and tell them what's going on for the summer. And then the school librarians are very good about working with us. One thing they'll do is give us their summer reading lists, and we make sure that we have those books. Some of the schools will send the books from their libraries that are on the list. They'll send them to our libraries because they're not using them in the summer.
Right.
So they'll send them to us, and then people can check them out from our library. So that means we have plenty of copies of the books that are on the list. So.
One of the things that was a little revelation to me
Mm-hmm.
when we were talking, you have talent shows, or you're involved with music at the library.
Yeah, we have.
News to me.
Yeah, we have, well, like I said, Steve Blunt, but the teen summer reading program, it kicks off with a teen concert. So we'll have 16 bands from local bands that will each get, 25 minutes or so to perform outside on the plaza.
Oh, that's nice. Where's on the plaza?
Right in front of the library.
Okay.
We bring in that, the city has a portable stage that actually the Rotary raised the money to buy a few years back.
Now, they've been pretty active in supporting the library.
Yes,
from what I understand.
they've also paid for some of our museum passes. So, yeah, the Rotary is very helpful for us, yeah.
So they put it right in.
They put that right in front of the library, of the front doors, kind of, and then you sit on the lawn and you can listen to the concert. So we always get a good turnout for that because everybody wants to hear their friends play. And then we have a couple of series of adult concerts all summer long. We have box lunch concerts, which are on Wednesdays at noon.
Interesting.
They're held inside because it's too hot at noon to sit outside.
Right.
But and those are mostly classical music. This year we have a classical pianist. We have a duet who does music. They call it the music of John Quincy Adams. It's music. I guess he was a real opera lover and theater goer and music lover. So they'll play on period instruments from his times, and they'll play the music that was his favorites. And then I think there's one jazz concert in that series. And the Nashua Symphony is having a septet chamber group play at one of the concerts. So there's 7 of them. There's a septet that Beethoven wrote. Don't ask me the number because I don't recall it right now. But so they're getting together to play that, and I think that'll be really good. Some of the best players from the Nashua Symphony. Yeah.
So no rap or anything like that?
No, not that concert. I bet you the teen concert will have some rap in it.
I'm just teasing. Rap for the seniors. So how do you get to pick these performers? I mean, is there a panel of some sort?
Well, you may believe it or not, I get a lot of inquiries from musicians all year long that are interested in playing. They hear that we have a concert series, and so they'll contact me, and I ask them to either send me a CD of their performances or tell me where their website is that has music or video on it, so that we can take a look at it and see the caliber of the group. And then there's a lot of it's just kind of like balancing it. We have these outdoor concerts on Thursday nights, and they're not classical. They'll be world music or jazz or country or bluegrass or that kind of
so you're
different
not limited
variety.
Just to classical.
Right, right. The outdoor ones.
The higher learning music, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, the outdoor ones are much more informal. It's kind of hard to hear classical music well on our plaza, but you need
Does the sound of the river influence any of the?
No, it's actually very good acoustics out there because you have the 14 Court Street Theater on the other side. That's like a big brick wall on one side. The library is a big brick wall on the other, and it just contains the music in there. Yeah, so
nothing rowdy, obviously. At least.
We're going to have a reggae band. That's pretty.
A lot
of dancing. This year, the 5 groups we are having have all played at the library before. So we have reggae, we have Baza, which is a blues band that's all local people. Joff Goodell and Doug Philbrick are a couple of people that live in Nashua that are in that band. We're We're going to have Grupo Fantasia, which is a Latin band. They play merengue and just a lot of different types of Latin music. And Compact Big Band, they're really popular around here. They
Any church choirs ever volunteer, or
we haven't had. We've
or?
had gospel groups. We've had barbershop quartet.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, women's a cappella group.
I know of one of my neighbors. She sings in one of the women's a cappella groups. Trying to get her on the show, by the way. We'll get her. I'm sure we will.
Yeah. Well, give me her name afterward. They're
definitely
always looking for good, good acts. But we try to balance it, so that all 5 concerts aren't jazz, or that we're not, repeating the same bands every year. I really like to mix it up and have people, hear new music and different kinds of music.
So do they contact you if an organization says, listen, I think we're of that kind of caliber where we could play it? They would contact
Many of them,
you?
they should just call or email me, and my information's all on the library's website. Easy to find.
Now, you have some events that happen at the Greeley Park, or are there movies? Or
well, for years we have had Plaza Picks at Greeley Park, but we decided to change things around a little bit this year. We are finding that attendance was kind of dropping at those movies, and my theory is that it's not as much of a novelty now to see a movie or to go outdoors to see a movie. You can do it in a lot of different places.
Right.
You can watch a movie at home. You can watch one on your phone.
Right.
So we said, all right, let's mix it up. Let's try something different. So instead of Plaza Picks, we're going to have Plaza Shticks. And that's going to be a series of family entertainment nights on the plaza at the library, not at Greeley Park. And those are going to be on Tuesday nights at 6:30. And each night has a theme. So like one night is Let's Play, and we're having this huge bus come that has video game. 16 kids can go in it at one time and play video games on the big screen, and there's like vibrations synced in their chairs.
Oh my gosh,
it's
really?
Pretty exciting type
When
of
is that
thing.
going to be?
That one is July 10th on a Tuesday night.
Excuse me. That date was July 10th?
It's Tuesday, July 10th.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll have to mark that one on our calendar. I'm sure we have
The kids, I think they'll really enjoy it.
Is there an age limit for that? Or?
No. It's a family night. We're saying bring a blanket, bring a picnic if you want. 6:30 might be a little early for people to have dinner and get to the library, so just bring your dinner with you.
Right. Okay.
Another night the theme is Let's Read, and we're having a magician come who does a program that's all based on the Dream Big Read theme. This is these themes are nationwide.
Oh,
so there's,
interesting.
performers around the country that gear their programming toward the theme, which is very nice. So, that's the second time we'll have a magic night.
We got a reader in the house, and she's just trying to get through her Big Brother's book, that book that I was telling you. And I'm sure she'll be interested in these.
Good.
She puts us to shame. She's going through books a week, and I'm thinking, oh my
Good for
gosh,
her.
I can't do that.
That's great.
I'm too busy.
That's great.
But and so what else is going on?
Well, and some of the other nights when we have Plaza Shticks, one night is called Let's Move, and this is kind of based on the First Lady's program for anti-obesity program and getting people exercising. So we're going to have junior jazzercise that night. We'll have, we're going to have a Sugar River String Band, contra dancing, so the kids can dance to fiddle music.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then we have the Independent Karate School coming and doing a demo that night, get kids moving, doing karate. And then the final one's called Let's Laugh, and we have this guy called Marvelous Marvin coming. And
I'm already laughing.
Well, he's going to do a circus arts workshop. So he'll teach the kids to juggle and spin plates and that kind of thing.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And these bring out good turnouts, I would assume.
Yeah. Well, this is the first year we've done this Plaza Shticks, but everybody likes a free night of entertainment for the family. So
Right. Getting them out of the house, not playing Xbox, and some things. Hey, I'm bored. I don't know how many times I've heard that in the summertime.
Yeah.
There's so many times you can go to the pool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
bring it to the library. Now I notice we have a lot of artifacts here on the
Right.
on the table. I don't know if we're going to be going back in time, but could you explain this little bud booth here?
Well, like I said, the theme is about the nighttime. It's Dream Big Read. So we have various programs based on that theme and nighttime. And one thing that's you probably remember from nighttime as a kid is lightning bugs or fireflies, right?
We've caught our share.
Yeah, so the kids are going to come in and make little fireflies like this and complete down to the flashing.
Oh, cool.
So you put it back. These are just little Easter, plastic Easter eggs.
And they'll make those for home?
And they'll make these at the craft day,
Isn't that a cool idea?
And I don't know if you can see that, but it does flash in there. So.
Oh, I can see it, yeah.
And
Very good idea. I've already got the plans to entertain somebody with that.
Yeah. And then this is, whoops.
Should I show this next?
No, I think this is next.
Okay. Why don't you put that right on the screen?
So this is a fairy hollow. The fairies come out at night, and you always want a place for them to live or to have a little shelter in your yard. So the kids are going to make one of these.
And that's a little bird. That's creative.
Yeah. And the kids, they decorate it with whatever they think their fairy wants in their house.
Oh, that is very cool.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And
then, well, so the theme for the teenagers is Own the Night. And so these are some of just the giveaways that we have at the various events that they'll be having, whether it's a water bottle or knapsack, backpack, and some of the events that they'll be having. Well, the coolest one is a zombie prom. You dress up like a zombie and come to the prom.
And that's for...
That's for teens, and I can tell you the date on that, just a minute. That is Wednesday, July 18th. And there'll also be a live band, Spooky Tree, playing. And we'll have a makeup artist there who does zombie makeup, so some of the kids can get their faces made up.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So you basically have the whole summer covered.
Yeah, pretty much. There's something to do.
If you're bored, just go to the library. There's something going to go on at least 1 or 2 days of the week there.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. And then for our, we have an adult summer reading program this year, which we've never done before. And the theme of that is Between the Covers. And the adults, each time they read a book, they keep track of it online. They register online for the program. Each time they read a book, they log it and they earn a raffle ticket. Or if they come to one of our programs, they earn a raffle ticket. And then at the end of the summer, we have a raffle. We've got prizes like gift certificates to the Friends book sale, gift certificates to Hayward's, to Barnes & Noble. But the big one is we're going to be raffling off an ebook reader.
Oh.
So we haven't decided which type yet, but I'm sure it'll be a good one.
So for some of our viewers, what is an ebook
Okay,
reader?
it's one of those little devices that you electronically can download books onto and read them
on a tablet.
On the tablet, right. Whether it's an iPad or, well, I mean, there's various kinds, iPads, Kindles,
right.
Nooks,
Right.
That kind of thing. But what a lot of people don't know is you don't have to buy the books for them. You can borrow those ebooks from the library. So you can go on our website.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very
So you
interesting.
can go on our website, and if you have a library card, you choose a book and download it to your device. And
How many books are available at the library on
ebooks?
That?
Well, the way this works, it's a consortium of New Hampshire, about 200 New Hampshire libraries who all go in on it together, buy the books together, and share them. And I'm not going to have an exact number for you, but that means that there's many more books than there would be if just our library was having to buy them all ourselves. So
That's an amazing amount of information.
Yeah.
You can't just pick any book from the library. That's impossible that every one of those books could possibly be in.
No, there isn't because some of the older books haven't been turned into ebooks or whatever.
My imagination is just going, wow, that's a lot of books. That's interesting.
Yeah. And some people don't realize there's a lot of free ebooks out there, like the older classics that are out of copyright. You can get on, say, Google Books or whatever. You download them, yeah.
So how do people get in touch with you? If they want to learn, if they forgot what they've heard here, they want to get in touch with you?
Well, probably the best thing is go to nashualibrary.org, and then they can look at our events calendar. And there's a contact us button if they want to call me particularly, or the children's librarian or whatever. But much of the information that people are looking for is there. And like I said earlier, you can you can register for our programs on our website, on our calendar. So,
Is there anything else you want our viewers to know about?
let me see if I covered everything.
We covered the music. I know that.
We covered the music. We covered the adult reading.
What is this Reads program, National Reads program?
Yeah. That's a program we've done. This will be our 10th year. It's called Nashua Reads, One City, One Book. And the idea is to try and get everyone in the city to read the same book at the same, within the same few months, and then go and talk about it at book discussions or just over dinner with their friends or their family or a book group. And for the past, this will be the 4th year, we're having the author come to Nashua. And I can tell you the name of the book this year is When Madeline Was Young, and it's by Jane Hamilton, who many avid readers know her well. She also wrote the Book of Ruth, and she wrote A Map of the World, and for both of those books she was on the Oprah Book Club.
Oh.
So
the Book of Ruth based upon the biblical one?
It really isn't based on the biblical one. It's the main character's name is Ruth, okay. And it's a book about her life. But she's a beautiful writer, and so we have about over 50 copies of the book at the library. Plus we have a couple of bags that each have 10 copies of the book in it. So if you're in a book group, you can borrow the bag and then distribute them to your book group to read.
And you want the whole city to do it at basically one time?
Well, from June, we started at the beginning of June, and then the author's coming October 21st. So you have like 4 months to read When Madeline Was Young, which is our choice this year, but read her other books. And then come to the event on October 21st. She'll be at Revere College at the Dion Center. Okay. And
that's just creative to do stuff like that's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. It started, I think, in Seattle about 15 years ago. They did it, and now a lot of libraries do it.
Interesting.
A lot of cities, a lot of states will do it together. But yeah, so that should be a really exciting day when she comes.
Okay. Well, I think that's it for my questioning. Anything else that you? Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Sure, this is a great service. I learned something today. Oh,
I guess I should just mention, because a lot of people don't realize who can get a library card. But
there we go.
Yeah, anyone who lives in Nashua can get a free library card. Also, if anyone who works in Nashua or goes to school in Nashua or owns property, say you're a landlord of property in Nashua, and if you're retired from a job in Nashua, you are entitled to a free library card.
They just want to get those things out, don't they?
Right. So you just have to come in and bring, a picture ID, or if you don't have a picture ID, like your license with your address on it. A lot of people have just moved here and they want a library card right away. So we ask them to bring maybe their old license and then something that shows that they live here, like a utility bill or something official they've gotten in the mail.
Quite painless.
Yeah.
Just go in there and do that.
Yep. Yeah. And it takes about 5 minutes, and it not only lets you obviously check out books and movies and music and all the e-books and everything, but we have a lot of online resources. We have online tutors that children can use, up to adults.
We've actually used that on a couple of math problems. We've gone there, and I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So we went to the library, and there was this particular link that you could go to, and we would ask the question, and then the teacher would say, well, have you tried this? And if we didn't try that, then did you try this? And it was very interesting how we ended up resolving the problem. Yeah. But there was that program. There's a little island there where you can just go in and just type in your question.
And
do you have that for college students as well?
Well, it goes through like the first year of college, so AP courses are covered, and then introductory college courses. And now we also offer help for job seekers the same way. So if you want someone to read your resume and critique it, or your cover letter, or just give you coaching about interviewing, you can go on our website. It's called, the two things, Homework Help Now is for homework, and then there's Job Now, which is for job seekers. So
interesting. Do you have any links to the Capitol? Because I'm always there. So
On our links on our website, you
Yeah,
mean?
do you, for people, help keeping people informed?
I'm fairly certain we do. We have various pages on our website on different topics, you know, like consumer or health or whatever. So I'm sure there's one that gives them, well, there's a government link. So that gives them access to, you know, whatever sites, state or local or national, federal, that they might be interested in.
Right. So if you don't have a computer, you can just go to the library, and if you can use their computers to
Right. If you want to
Google.
get in touch with your state rep and figure out, you know, what their email address is, you could certainly come to the library. We have plenty of public computers for people to use.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know that you can go to the library and use their computer. Oh, well, that's a great idea. Why not?
And you can also, a lot of people bring their laptops. We have wireless internet. So especially, you know, people lose their job and they can't afford internet access anymore.
Right.
So they may have a laptop and they'll bring it with them. And we've actually just started now, you can also print from use our printers even on your laptop wirelessly. You can print, or let's say you're at home and your printer breaks and your kid has an assignment due tomorrow, right? You can now print it on a library computer and come by and pick it up. And
somebody will actually file it for you?
We'll have it on the printers, and you can just, well, actually, the way they work, you have to put your money in, you know, it's 15 cents a page for black and white, 25 for color. So you put your money in and, you know, pick your job, and then it prints. So it's kind of in the printer until you've gotten there to get it.
It'll give you a code that obviously you can retrieve it.
Right. So.
That's amazing. That's fantastic, and that's quite a service.
And we also have free computer classes too for adults. So they go everywhere from, if you've never used a mouse before, they teach you how to use a mouse and how to set up an email account and use the internet. And then we have Microsoft Word and Excel and Access and
They'll teach you how to use those programs.
We'll teach you how to use those. We'll teach you how to do genealogy research on the computer. So there's a lot of different. They're kind of just one-shot workshops, but sometimes people take it and then they go practice and then they come back and take it again to, you know, reinforce the concepts. But they're really popular too. They're small classes, 8 people or less.
What don't you do? Really, that's.
We don't put out fires, I guess.
Yeah, very good. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show.
Right, thank you.
Any final thoughts?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you did a really good job and very, very informative, and thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for Gate City Chronicles, and until next week, just stay tuned.